Hey folks, Andy here. You ever hear the old adage, timing is everything? Well, today we're going to take just a little bit of time to talk about timing belts. What are they? What do they do? And when do you know it's time to replace them? What kind of catastrophe awaits you if you don't? Keep watching to find out. Simply put, a timing belt synchronizes the movements of the components, the crankshaft and camshaft specifically, while the engine is running, so the valves open and close at the appropriate time during the cylinder's intake and exhaust strokes. This is especially important in a so-called interference design, where the timing belt is critical to preventing the piston from striking the valves. A timing belt also sometimes powers the water pump and oil pump. These toothed belts are usually made of rubber, which makes them lighter, quieter, and more efficient than timing chains, which are made from steel. The downside is that they wear out more quickly. As with most maintenance elements on your car, it's best to check your vehicle manufacturer for recommendations on when it's appropriate to change your timing belt. You should expect it to be somewhere between 60 and 100,000 miles. Regardless of how much mileage you put on your car, you should replace your timing belt no less than every 10 years, as rubber deteriorates with age. If you don't regularly replace the timing belt and it breaks, the components will be out of sync and could cause damage to the engine, possibly catastrophic damage in an interference engine, which are most engines these days. You can end up with total engine failure, broken or bent valves, cylinder head or camshaft damage, and piston and cylinder wall damage. That's thousands of dollars in repairs, if the engine is salvageable at all. But it's totally preventable scenario if you keep up with your regular maintenance. So you may think a timing belt made out of rubber isn't a very expensive component to manufacture, and you'd be right. So why does it cost so much to replace? It really comes down to the labor involved. Timing belts are positioned behind a cover in a hard-to-reach area of the engine, and you need time and special tools to get to it. Now, you could learn to replace it yourself, but it's a complicated job and not recommended for amateurs. Your best bet is to find a reliable, honest mechanic to do the work. While you're at it, have your mechanic replace your water pump and the associated hardware as well, as these nearby components all have a similar lifespan. Well, I hope I didn't take up too much of your time, but if you have one more minute, chime in the comments and tell us what other car maintenance subjects you'd like us to cover. Also, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Should only take a second. Andy out.